Welcome in. We are going to deep dive and dissect your psychological. And the biggest message and confirmation I got is less is always more. Less is more. It's almost like luring in the mystery, opening up the frequency, magnetizing in what you want, right? If there's too much and it's ambiguous, it sort of distorts the energy just a little bit. So the first thing I want to know is, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Okay, well, we've got winter here, and this is a wolf, right? Sort of taking care of your needs. And then the great teacher, the great teacher. I feel like I just spoke to the great teacher. I just got an opportunity. I'm always honored when one of my sons calls me and gives me some sort of guidance. They are my most potent messengers. Remember that. And it's just learning how to translate their time and space into the time and space that you are in, because there is a pretty big gap. And sometimes their dialogue and their words come through the portal of where they're at. It's just learning how to take what they're saying and translate it into the time and space that you are in. And you are a great teacher. And it's important that, again, remember, when you are teaching, less is more. It's almost like the student remembers the first and the last, not necessarily what was in the middle of the container, because that portion sort of becomes embodied through their energy. But in their mind, they're remembering the first and the last of whatever message that you delivered. They know the title, the intention, and then whatever you say at the end is usually what gets retained, but also amplifies the memory of the rest. So if that makes sense to you, I thought that was very complex. Okay, so we're going to look a little bit deeper. I'm also looking at divination. Oh, opposition is opportunity. I'm looking at sort of divination here, and I took this book before I got on here and I opened it up. This is called Creative Visualization. Again, I just got this book from a friend, but I loved Shakti Gawain is the author on here. And I love the word Shakti. I'm not really trying to connect with the particular author. What I'm connecting with is the symbol of Shakti. And if Shakti is coming into my experience and triggering my awareness, then I'm like, okay, I've got Shakti energy here, shaking it up. Again, right, the great teacher is here. The creator is at hand, asking you to really focus on your needs. You may be, right, if you are this great teacher, your health and your vibrational frequency and your medicine, we want those to be amplified. And so the better you take care of yourself, the more amplified you are. It looks like we do have a little bit of opposition coming in, creating an opportunity for you. I don't know what that is, but stay on the lookout for opposition, because conflict is always an opening of a doorway, because it's busting through your walls, breaking down your boundaries, busting through your barriers. Whatever has been keeping you here is about to open up the field for you. And again, I say whatever the energy has been keeping you there. It's just karmic energy. And when that energy starts to lift, to come up and start lifting up, things start to get better just for no reason. Okay, and so, so opening creativity. I am now opening channel for creative energy. Creative ideas and inspiration are coming to me every day. I am the creator of my life. I am now creating my life exactly as I want it. Divine love is doing its perfect work in this situation now for the good of all concerned. So this is confirmation for you, just in case. Divine love and light are working through me now. Divine love goes beyond me and prepares the way. God is showing me the way now. My inner wisdom is guiding me now. I am now being guided to the perfect solution to this problem. The light within me is creating miracles in my body, mind, and affairs, here and now. I mote it be. It is happening right now. This is the Kabbalah, something I specialize in, and I'm just gonna pull a page. This is divination. This is like, you just go over your bookshelf and just open a book and see what it has to say. See if it resonates with where you're at or whatever question you may be asking. So we must acknowledge the force of this criticism. Okay, so I was talking about opposition here. And so that opposition creates opportunity. The biblical tradition itself affirms that human beings long ago began corrupting the earth in the generation of the flood and the generation of the dispersion. Who built the Tower of Babel? God declared after saving Noah and his family from the flood that the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Genesis, but God did not despair of humankind and continued to respond to those who sought to live a higher and truer way. Like Abraham and Sarah, ancestors of the Jewish people, the task for human belongs today is to live up to the highest ideas that humans also represent and to continually seek a higher and more inclusive vision, the perspective of a king saving his kingdom, rather than a narrow and ego-centered point of view. That emphasis is the visionary powers of human beings. And look at that. So it takes me right into visionary powers from the Creative Visionary book, right? I just opened one book, led me to this book. And so which says the atom could see from one end of the world to the other. Adam is compared to the lights of heaven to give light on earth. In other words, Adam, male and female, had a complete vision of the divine work and its ultimate purpose. The atom was divided into a gendered being expressing in bodies, but not Kabbalah, but not divided into a gendered being, expressing in bodies, but not Kabbalah tells us the same kind of bodies we have now, the duality that adheres in this level of creation when these two beings were expelled from the garden. Their holistic vision was lost, which again, we have to ignite that vision. At what point was your vision sort of torn away from you? And so Spirit's saying, you are this great teacher. The great teacher is in front of you. The great teacher is sitting beside you. You are within and above and below this great teacher. And it's asking that you care for your needs right now. It's creating a discipline, a structure, and a focus. This is Father energy coming in. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Jesus, Father energy. What? Shakti. How wow is what's coming out of my mouth. How wow. Okay, so we're looking at visualization. I think that that's probably the biggest message here. Less is more. So like writing down, just taking, and I'm just doing this for subconscious, like, right? So I'm going to write down visualization. Great, right? And then the great teacher can teach through automatic writing, asking you to write things down, reveal it to yourself, right? That's sort of how the Creator speaks through us, is through our actions. We write them down, we open the doorway to them, and then we receive them. And let's look at, goodness, look at this. We've got really centered focus. I like that it says winter. It's like going into a cozy cave, like Mary Magdalene, and she goes into this cozy cave, and all of the great angels were around her, taking care of her. Completion. So, right? Okay, so opposition is opportunity. We've got you at an impasse. So we've got two directions coming through. You are at a completion point, so now you've got some choices to make. You've already reconciled a lot of your past, and so you're moving forward. Somebody on your mind. Karmic relationship, so releasing resentments, triggers. This is intensity and letting go. And so you are, I would say, again, that's probably where the opposition is falling in here. So we're going to really focus on our structure, focus on our masculine support, whether that comes from you or somewhere outside of you. But you are releasing karmic relationships. Spirit is leading you and directing you to show you the way. Let go of the attachments that you may have on these relationships, and just be a magnet. You just want to magnetize what's coming in. Remember, less is more. I'm going to write that down for you. Less is more. And one more card, inner child. Yeah, be aware of the inner child. The little girl or the little boy inside of you is asking for care. Take care of your needs. Learn from spiritual experiences through that great teacher. The Father energy is here, so in the name of Jesus, your Creator, your Source, your God, whoever that is here, offering opportunity, but opportunity does not come without opposition. Remember that. It never does, because an opportunity is saying, take action, step up to the plate, get ready, have that space cleared. You release these lower frequencies, you're in completion, but you are given two paths, negative, positive, past, future. Which way do you want to go? It looks like your inner child is asking for reflection. It's asking you to take a moment to review your past. If you do want to work with me and do a shadow session, I recommend go to my bio. I have a link there. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Bobby. I'm a psychic medium, Reiki practitioner, and twin flame facilitator. And this is a beautiful reading. Remember, the great teacher has arrived. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. I love you, and I'll see you next time.